maybe you're like me and you like to see things teeny tiny that are normally large, and conversely, you like to see things teeny tiny in a large format. These Scrabble tiles, I'm noticing, are becoming very, very popular. You know, you spell a word and you display it on your wall, and you can purchase them complete with the letters and the numbers, but they seem to run about $5 to $8 each. And when you're spelling a word, that can add up really quickly. So what I did was I purchased the Scrabble stencils for under $20, and I got the entire alphabet so I can spell all the words I want. And it's really easy to do, and I'm going to show you how. So the wood that I'm going to work with today are cedar fence planks. This is leftover wood that I have from our replacement of our fence project, and I've kept all the wood. So I've sanded down these boards, and I've been using them for multiple projects, but it's perfect for this. And you can purchase pine or cedar or any kind of wood. What you're looking for is something that's not too thick. So that's why fence boards work really, really well. These boards are 5 inches wide, so I cut tiles 5 by 5, okay? Very easy to do. Once you've cut as many tiles as you need for the word that you want to spell, you want to sand down the edges just to get off all of the extra little bits that might, you know, cause slivers and so on, and just tidy it up. I like this kind of weathered look, but if you purchase brand new pine, it's going to be new wood. It's going to look really, really nice. It's going to look probably more accurate to what a real Scrabble tile looks like. But again, I like this rustic look. So just sand off the edges until it's nice and smooth. You know, this is an 80 grit sandpaper on a sanding block. Okay. The next step is to paint it. Really, really easy. So these Scrabble stencil tiles are 4 by 4, so they fit on these 5 by 5 wooden tiles very, very well. And you're just going to center the stencil, and you could use a piece of tape to hold it in place, but because this is going to be super, super fast, it's really not necessary. I'm just using a sponge stick and regular acrylic craft paint. And you want to load up your sponge, but then you want to remove the excess, because when you're using a stencil, if you go straight with the paint, you run the risk of the paint bleeding underneath the stencil. And you don't want that. You want nice, clean lines. So you're just going to hold it in place and just start to dab over the number 4 and then into the letter V. And you want to make sure you get to the edges, you know, and you can also use the excess paint that you had left over on your paper towel just to complete the project. A bit too much. There we go. And you just want to make sure you get a nice even coat. Depending upon the kind of paint you're using, you might have to do a second coat. If that's the case, then you want to tape down your stencil, but chances are with black paint, you're probably not going to need to. It should cover very, very well. And once you're happy with it, you're just going to very carefully pick up the stencil, and voila, we have a V with 4 points. And these are Mylar, so they wash really, really well. Okay, let's do another one. And I'm keeping the grain in the same vertical, you know, as opposed to horizontal. I'm doing it vertically. And let's do an E for 1 point. I haven't told you what I'm spelling yet, so you have to wait till the very end to see what I'm spelling. Oh, that was probably a bit too much paint. Well, we'll see how that works out. So I'm just going to go over here and try and use up some of the paint and then go back and clean that up. Let's hope. If I mess it up, I'll just turn the tile over and do the letter E on the other side. Okay, that should do it. Let's lift it up and see. Oh, perfect. Looks good. I love it. Alrighty. And then we have one more. You may have already guessed what I'm going to spell. Okay. But I purposely painted them not in the right order, so you couldn't guess. Yeah. Nope, that's not how you spell it. Nah, I'm just fooling with you. There. It's the word love. Isn't that lovely? Yes, I think so. So I went ahead and painted a whole bunch of other Scrabble tiles that are going to work together. This actually is going to look like that. And then I have, let's see, I got to remember how to spell upside down. Oops, there goes the. Okay, so F-A-M-I-L-E, like that. And then, of course, the E goes there. So it was family and love. But now I want to put them all together. If I hang them on the wall separately, I'm going to have to put a hole and a nail for each individual tile. And that's just crazy, I think. So I'm going to put them all together, right? Sort of attach them from the back. So let's work with love. Okay. To do that, what I'm going to use are paint stir sticks. Whenever you're in the hardware store, pick up a few extra of these paint stir sticks. If they'll give you a whole bunch, lucky day. I also found them at the dollar store. And that's also good too. I just find them very handy to have around. So in this particular instance, it works really, really well. And then what I'm going to do to attach the paint stir stick to the back is I'm just going to be using these 1/2-inch common nails. Now it's also a really good idea to put in a couple more. If you just put in the one, they sometimes can slip and slide a little bit over time. So I'm just going to add in just another one here off to the side. I'm going to come back to the L in just a second. So that's all one piece now. Easy. Let's work on family. That's not how you spell family. That's how you spell family. Okay. Gonna cut here. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna have it all fixed up. Big reveal. Flip it over. Ta-da! La, la, la. Love my family. There it is. I actually made one more word that I'm going to add. Hopefully I can spell it. Do it properly. So far so good. There you go. Home, family, love. What more could you ask for? One more little thing to hang it. All I had to do was put wire. These are thumbtacks. Just hammered them in place. A little bit of wire, wrapped it around, and that's what I'm going to hang 2 nails for all of these letters to make it my life easier. And make your life easier too.